Fam, thank you for choosing to watch this episode of Mind the Mic podcast. Before we get into it, though, I need you to hit subscribe. And not just me, the whole Mind the Mic podcast family needs you to. Maddie, Uncle Pete, Stu, Leka, and of course myself, Shubz, and anybody else that's on board by the time you watch this video, we need you to hit subscribe. If it's your first time here, I understand if you're a bit reserved and you're like, I don't know, watch the video and after subscribe if you want to. But if you're here and you're watching all the time, subscribe. It's not that hard. All you got to do is, if you're watching on your TV, you're like, I can't subscribe, I don't have an account. You have a phone, don't you? I know you have a phone in your hand right now. Grab the phone, create a YouTube account. It takes a couple minutes, and then you can subscribe. And when you do that too, hit the notification bell so you can get notified every time we put up a new episode. I asked this of you because we put in so much time. We've done hundreds of episodes. We plan on doing thousands more with as many amazing people as we can. But we need you to subscribe, fam. Big love to everybody that's been watching. Big love to everybody that's been supporting and anybody that's just arrived. I hope you enjoy the journey, enjoy the episode, and subscribe.
Let's go.
Welcome back to another Mind the Mic podcast. I'm your host, Shubz, here with a very special guest in the social media space, Lourissa Setu. What are you up to, sis? How's things?
Good. Yeah, just been having a chill day over here in Bali, chilling with my cat. And
the cat?
Yeah,
what's the cat's name?
Momo.
Oh, Momo. What's Momo mean?
You know Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Oh, yeah. The cartoon one.
Yeah. So I named her after Momo.
I see. Momo. You know, I remember it, but I'm not like an avid fan. Dragon Ball Z is about it for me, and then that's it for me when it comes to cartoons, to be honest. Yeah.
Fair enough.
There was a little bit of Captain Planet in there when I was younger, but I don't know. Dragon Ball Z. But yeah, shout out to Momo. How old is Momo? And what is Momo? A cat, besides being a cat?
Yeah. So Momo is actually a Bali cat. Momo is maybe like 2 months old, I'd say. She's about 2 months old. I actually found her. So I've got a balcony just out here. And me and my friend, she lives in the same villa as me. We were having dinner one night and we kept hearing this, like, it sounded like a little duckling or something. We heard this crying and we're like, what is that noise? Like, is it just, I don't know, some sort of animal across the road? Or we had no idea. But it kept going and going for maybe like an hour. Yeah. And then while we were eating, funnily enough, this whole bit of like, whoa, synchronicity, but we were speaking on something and just how she had actually watched like a video on this guy who's actually in the same space as us, and how it was able to pay him out enough money to pay like a surgery for his ex's cat that cost like 36K. And then
holy damn, what kind of surgery is that?
Well, I don't know. Like, there must have been something really up with your cat. You must have really loved your cat.
Where was this? Was this in Bali? No way.
No, I think America, it was. No, I think it was in like Australia or something. Anyway, she's telling the story. And as she's telling the story, I see these little eyes because it was at nighttime and, you know, like the lighting. And so these little eyes light up. And I was like, oh, my God, there's a baby. Well, I went to go say raccoon, but there's no raccoons in Bali. I was like, oh, my God, there's a little like cat over there. And it had been crying for ages. I was like, oh, my God, it's so tiny. So I like got up and ran out the front door on the road and like went to go find it. And this tiny little kitten, maybe 3 weeks old, 4 weeks old, just all by itself. So I picked her up, and then that's how she is now my cat.
Is that your first pet since like Noodle and Spaghetti, or?
You know Noodles and Spaghetti from TikTok.
I'll do my research. Come on now.
Rats. They appeared on TikTok quite often, actually. She is. So I had a cat and a dog back in New Zealand, and then obviously when I moved, I couldn't bring them, and yeah, found Momo on the street
Shout out
cat.
to Momo. Yeah, we on. Yeah. Was there like did you have a moment where you're like, I gotta like find this home, or were you just like, nah, that's you can stay with me now? Or
I was a little bit unsure because I was like, fuck, am I even allowed pets?
true.
Kind of like snuck her in, but then they kind of started to see her and they were just like all good with it. But she will need to be rehomed because I'm leaving Bali in like a month. So
oh no. At least it was a quick one then. Like it's not like, you know what I mean? It ain't years deep. That'll probably burn even more, eh? Still be sad though.
yeah, I'm gonna be sad when I leave her, but hopefully find her a loving home and she can settle in there or work something out.
Solid. For anybody that doesn't know who you are, can you give us a little background on yourself? Like, let's go way back, even like, you know, OG, where you come from, all that.
Okay. Well, my name's Lourissa Setu. I'm actually Samoan and Tokelauan. So dad is Samoan, Tokelauan, their mum is like European. I don't actually quite know.
Okay. Kiwi, is she like that, like sort of stuff?
Yeah, Kiwi lady.
Yeah.
I actually grew up in New Zealand. I lived.
Where? Where were you born?
I was born in Wellington, and I lived between Wellington, Upper Hutt, Palmerston North, and Taihape.
Oh, gumboot thrower.
Yeah. Yeah. So
but why those three? What was the go?
So my mum's side of the family is all from like Taihape, so like farmers and like sheep and cattle, beef. And then we moved to Palmy because we were living in like Wellington. That's where she like met my dad, or we lived in Upper Hutt. And then when they split, we moved to Palmy, and then we moved to Taihape because my stepdad was a shearer, and then we moved back to Palmy. I think just more job opportunity. Like, you know, my stepdad didn't want to work in the shearing sheds because it's like pretty hard on the body. Went to school, Taihape, Palmerston North. What was the other one? Upper Hutt.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, I don't know, growing up as a kid, I was a bit of a tomboy, really into like animals, loved the farm, loved horses, had a pony.
What was the pony's name?
Goldie.
Goldie. What was the inspiration for that? Was it Avatar's cousin? Or...
Oh no, at that age. But I think because what color? He was like a golden kind of color.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just descriptive.
So went with Goldie. Gosh, I don't even like. I'm kind of like, fuck. Where do I even start? I think like where I'm kind of like gravitating more towards was like I went through school and I moved around schools, and I always kind of found it quite like hard. And I think this sort of came into like the mental health side of things. Mm-hmm. Starting school, I remember going from like Taihape, this tiny little country school, into like a high school in Palmerston North and just getting lost. I was like, this is like a maze in here. And then you've got to find your classroom, and it's like room something, corridor, block.
High school in general is like that, though, eh? Like just going from primary to high school is different, eh? She's different.
Yes.
Yeah. They're coming from the country to like a little bit of a not a city, but like a bit more, you know, bit more people in it than Taihape.
Yes, actually, you're right, and it was really interesting too, because when I look back on it, coming from like a country school, it wasn't so like, I'm gonna say like people were a lot more like accepting with one another, I think, because we're like a smaller group in a smaller space. And then coming into like high school, it was a bit of like a shock to my system because it was very cliquey, and there was more, I don't know how to explain it, like it was more cliquey, there was more like friction between like groups of friends, and you had the popular group and the not so popular group and things like that.
Where did
But
you fit at that age? Where were you in? What group were you in?
I don't really, when I think about it, like an upper heart, I kind of just went into the group that like my cousins hung out with. Because
Which cousins are these like the Samoan Tokelauan cousins or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Samoan Tokelauan cousins. But I kind of like, I was quite quiet, I think, in high school. And I actually did drop out of high school. So I was maybe like 16, 17. I kind of went through a bit of like mental health, and it was just like excruciating. I just did not want to go to school. I was like, fuck, I don't want to see people. It's really hard. I don't know, just all up here is very loud, and you feel very like numbed out. So it felt really uncomfortable. But I just really, really remember like wanting to do something more with life than I'm just trying to figure out how to explain it. I always wanted to do something more with life, and I just kind of couldn't wait to get out of school and start working. I just wanted, it was a lot to do with like freedom. I wanted my own freedom.
Yeah.
So I dropped out of school and started working at McDonald's.
Yeah. What jobs did you do at Macca's?
I was mostly like front counter, and like I'll be on the drive-through, and I was like the cafe girl. So I was a barista for a few years.
Did you get any like terrible customer? Have you got a story like about like a terrible customer or like just one that sticks in your mind? Like, oh, remember this time, or maybe a funny one?
Yeah. So, fuck. Okay, there's a few. You saw a lot when you're at Macca's.
Yeah.
So, there was this one time there was like, I don't know, they came through the drive-through, they asked for mayo on their burger, and I think someone in the kitchen forgot to put mayo on the burger, or they didn't put enough mayo on the burger.
Okay.
And then they had to come back around, and they were really grumpy. And then apparently, I don't know, there's something to do with like the mayo. I wasn't really watching too much. All I knew was she was grumpy, and then she had to park, and the what do you call it? The like restaurant manager was on that shift. So she went out and like was like, here's the burger with the mayo, and I think they thought that she was getting cheeky.
Oh.
Anyway, they chase her back inside, and I don't know, they were like throwing something at her, and it was just all over some mayo in a burger. They just did the whole situation where they were just yelling over the counter, and but you would see a few things like on night shifts. So how they stay open 24/7.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know how they did it, but sometimes there was one person that came in like naked with like
oh damn.
What are you doing?
What are you up to, cuz?
Yeah, like I don't
What
even.
Macca's was this? Can we shout out the Macca's?
Princess Street in Palmerston North.
Princess Street in Palmerston North. Shout out, cuz.
Shout out to Princess
Street. Naked booty. Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of like, do I even want to say it out loud? But they came in with, so they were naked, but they, like CDs, like DVDs.
Yeah.
They had that around their like private part.
What, like checked?
No, I think the
I was going, I get it, the old. I see. The old worm was sticking through the CD.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's not a very big hole, cousin. That's not a very big hole, cousin. Holy Rick.
I didn't personally see this, but
you heard about it.
Story in the morning because I'd start at like 5:30 to open cafe. And I don't know, they just did weird things. Like I remember one morning I was like, where's the coffee grinder gone? Like where's, and it's pretty big. It's just kind of the thing that holds the coffee beans. It's like, where's it gone? And I'm like looking everywhere. I'm like, nah, who was on clothes last? Like, where is this thing? And then I had to grind the coffee some other way, or we had to do something. And then I think I went out to my car to like grab something, which was just across the road. And I'm like, what? The like marshmallow container and the coffee grinders in the bush. Like, how did they walk? I don't know. McDonald's, man.
True. Why is the ice cream machine always broken?
Oh, I think that's like everyone's like number one question from McDonald's. But it goes through like, I can't even remember. It goes through like a cycle. So you can't like press the thing to make the ice cream come out because it's like cleaning itself.
Oh, and then making more or whatever, like or thinking it all ready again. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think
And they just have to say it's broken, like, but it's not really.
Yeah. It's not.
How long's the process? Do you remember?
I think it takes like 20 minutes, but it does it every, I don't know if it's every couple of hours or, so that's kind of why it's like, okay, when you come through the drive-thru and you catch it, it's like, oh, rough.
So what would be your order from Macca's if you have to have an order from Macca's?
I actually know this one's so good. Sometimes if I feel like, so a Big Mac, a cheeseburger, and I'm not too fussed on like I don't even know if they still do them, but like a frappe as a drink, if the like whipped cream.
Yeah.
Oh, and a sundae. I do love the.
Well, you can munch, Jesus. Like you're pretty skinny, cuz you can never feed too much. Hey, respectfully, too, sis. Respectfully, I was just saying, like you can put it down. There must be that Samoan Tokelauan inside, eh?
Yeah,
still can have a munch. Did you spend more time with your mum, like growing up, like?
Yeah. Growing up with my mum. Yeah.
So did you have much to do with your dad at all, like, or?
In my like last year of school, I lived at my dad's. So yeah, I think like a year and a half I lived back in Upper Hutt, and then I like moved back to Palmy. Yeah.
Oh, sure. Oh yeah. You still all good with your parents now, or they still with us?
Oh yeah. Yeah, Dad's still in Upper Hutt, and my mum and my stepdad are still in Palmy. Yeah.
Did you learn much like of your language, like Samoan or Tokelauan or anything like that? Do you know much?
No, unfortunately not. Like I know some random words and kind of like the words.
Give me one.
Probably
what you
not
got?
To know.
What you got? What you got for us?
Oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it.
Yeah, you can say whatever the fuck you want on here. Yeah.
Someone's like Giffy. It's like no, there's like the naughty word.
Oh yeah, Giffy. Yeah.
But like I'm beautiful, olele, like, and then random things like I know what a dog is, so Miley. A chicken is moa. A cat is pussy. Oh,
hey, a cat is what?
Is pussy.
Oh, true. Holy Rick, that sounds similar to what a cat is. Shout out to the Momo. Oh, true. Can you understand it? Like if you hear people speaking, can you understand it more than you can speak it? Or like I know that's.
Oh no, I actually can't like speak it. I just know like little I can probably
random words.
Polynesian. They're like.
Oh, true. Go give us some. So for someone that's never been to Bali or never been to Indonesia at all, anyway, got us some. I've been, but I don't remember. I was just drunk.
It's kind of like what most people come to Bali for. So if you want to say my name is like Lourissa, you can say, oh, I haven't said it in a long time.
Is that what you say? Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you were giving us I said Indonesian.
I'm actually like, damn, I haven't said it in a long time, but nama aku Lourissa or nama saya Lourissa, or if you want to say I'm at the beach, I think it is saya di pantai. So pantai is beach. If you like, It's actually very like a basic language. So you know how like in English we've got eat, eating, ate, like we've got past, present, different.
All of those. Yeah. Descriptive words.
Yeah, and then I'm like, oh damn, like English I guess is quite a hard language. So here
It's very complex, even silent letters and shit. Like what's the go with that? What is the point? Yeah, like knife and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So over here it's just like one word. So like walk, walking, walked is Jalan. So that's all in like one. And like eating, like makan or ate or food, it's like all the same. It's like all in one word, if that makes sense. Yeah.
How long have you been there for, Narcissus?
Been here for 2 years. Yeah.
So are you leaving because they're kicking you out, or are you leaving because or are you leaving because onto better things, onto new opportunities, new horizons?
Yeah, fuck, I think it's all a big story in itself, and just a lot of like self-reflection. But I do have a visa here until end of next year, so like December, so I could stay if I want. But it's just a little. So I came here end of 2022, and if I really get like honest with myself, it's a bit like I ran away from like home kind of thing.
Okay.
I had maybe like 2 years, 2021 and 2022, and I just went real off track, and I kind of just ended up hitting rock bottom, and that was when I was like, okay, I'm bouncing. So it was a lot of like, it's kind of like when you go off your purpose, or like you go off like track, you can really go down a bit of a spiral and lose yourself. So it was like slowly but surely, I didn't even realize I was doing this, but I was just self-sabotaging up until this point where like the universe almost had to give me a huge slap. Broke up with my ex, and I brought a house, and we lived in that house together for like a few years, and it was a little bit of a like, I just don't want to be here. I need like a clean slate. So I was like, oh, I'll just go to Bali, and it was a bit of like a leap as well.
Have you been in Bali before?
I came here for like 1 month in September, I think it was, in 2020, and then I came back. Yeah.
Oh, that's a crazy time to go to, 2020.
Oh no, sorry, 2022.
Oh, I was like, fuck 2020. How do you get out of the country or get back? That's crazy. Yeah, no DOA, lockdown, cuz.
Yeah. Bit of a like, run away. I just didn't want to sit with it, and I also didn't want to be in the house because I was like, it wasn't the same anymore. And yeah, so I just kind of moved to Bali. For a wee bit, I was kind of getting caught up in the party scene and whatnot, and I kind of like fell into that a little bit when I came back to Bali, sort of end of last year.
Up the nose beers, Najix. I said up the nose beers, Najix.
What is that? What does that mean?
Oh no, nothing. It's all about carry on the story.
I don't understand.
Yeah, no, all good. Yeah, you don't need it.
I'll have to go like look up what that means. But yeah, kind of got caught up in like the party scene again, and I just started kind of like going off track again, and I was like, nah, like I'm gonna go back home and like resettle. Me and my mate actually were talking about this last night. Like there's a little bit of pros and cons, because I'm just a little bit over living out of a suitcase because I don't know where I'm going to move or what I'm going to do. But if I go home, like I've got like my spot, and I can,
Oh, so you're going home this time?
Yeah. Going back to New Zealand in like a month. Would have been earlier, but I'm going to Japan in a couple of weeks.
You've been to Japan before?
No, we're actually going to Okinawa.
Oh yeah. What who are you going to visit in Okinawa? Or you got a thing on there with your mate?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we've got an event over there. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Like I've hit a like position in my business where I'll be recognized on stage, which is really cool.
Hey. How's that gonna go with the nerves of just coming on this little podcast show? How's that gonna how's those nerves gonna go, Moses? You got this though. I believe in you.
I don't think it's kind of just like we get to go up and like receive our award. I'm like kind of almost thinking of like graduation, but it's going to be quite like a big deal. It's pretty amazing. So kind of like intertwined into that too. I was the first like Polynesian that I know that joined affiliate marketing. So we're aligned with Enagic, which is like an incredible like water ionizer. It sounds random, but there's just so much of water.
Are they Japanese? The thing too?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. That's why they're taking you to the land of the rising sun. I see. Oh.
Yeah. And Okinawa is like a blue zone too, which is just really in alignment with the product.
A what? A blue zone? What does that mean?
Yeah, so there's blue zones in the world. So I
okay.
think Okinawa and Japan are like, I don't know whereabouts they sit. Maybe I'm just going to throw it out there, but I'm okay to be wrong.
Yeah, of course. Throw it out there.
Or 2 in the top like 5. And it's interesting too because isn't like Hiroshima had like that big chemical like radio.
Yeah. Tom or little boy or big boy and whatever they are. Yeah, the in Nagasaki, those atomic bombs.
Yes.
Yeah,
so for a whole lot of like radiation to still kind of be in that area, for them to still be in like a blue zone, which is
crazy.
Yes. Yeah. And that's kind of where the machines are like most popular and like where they originate. But anyway, sorry. I'm like the first like Polynesian to come into this. Like everyone around that I saw.
Yeah,
like,
let's go, baby.
like, but it's been incredible because now I'll be up on stage with. It's kind of like the ripple effect, right? I'll be up on stage with my girl that I introduced to this business. She's made like over $1 million, completely changed her life, and it's just incredible to see the lineage. And it's like the stereotypical like Samoans and Māori aren't good with money.
She's Samoan.
Yeah, she's also Samoan. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shout out to the Usos, man, doing their thing. Yeah, that's on. Yeah, that's cool. No, that's all. So you're the first Polynesian, and then you brought her into the space too, and you're both doing your thing and smashing it, eh?
Yeah, well, first Polynesian that I know.
I will just claim it as first Polynesian now, and we can be corrected later if they, like I'm of the opinion that I can change my opinion once new information comes. So right now, all I know is you're the first Polynesian that cracked it anyway. That's what I know.
I'll claim it.
That's
yeah.
100. So you two are going up there on stage to get some acknowledgement awards from the company, isn't it?
Yeah, so there'll be actually like a few of us, because since we started, someone's introduced that person, and it's been incredible actually, because like just seeing them, be able to retire from their jobs or like buy their first homes or cars, and just like the impact that has come from just one person going first. It feels there's a girl that introduced me, and if she didn't introduce me, like
is she poly though? Or nah? Is she poly though?
Oh no, the girl that introduced me actually, she's from
right. She's not poly. She's first on the poly scene, baby. Let's go. No, but shout out to her too. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it should be good. It's exciting.
Are you excited? Are you nervous?
No, not really nervous. Just more, I think, just excited, grounded, and excited.
Yeah. How many more views like from either home or Australia going? Is quite a few.
Oh yeah, probably maybe like a few hundred.
Oh
I'd say.
snap! Oh, that's me. Is there some Maoris in there too? Can the Maoris get a shout out or no?
Yeah, yeah, as well.
Yeah, up the oh, Polly's from all directions. Let's go, fam. That's on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Odd. What? So are you just going just for that, or are you gonna take your tour around Japan a little bit before you go to wherever you're off to next home? I think.
Yeah, I was thinking, oh, should I do a bit of like Tokyo? But I kind of just want to get back home, and because I've also, I don't know like what's going to happen with the cat as well, but I kind of want to get back here, sort out my stuff.
Oh, Momo, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm kind of like, no, I'll go home, get settled, and then maybe I'll do like Tokyo, maybe like next year or something.
Yeah. Mario Kart's on or what?
What's that?
Mario Kart's on or nah?
Oh yes, I do want to do that, and I want to do like, there's heaps of things I've looked like on TikTok. I think the one that's really stands out to me is like things like the Mario Kart and like the Pokemon cafes and
Pokemon. Was your Pokemon fan as well as Avatar?
yeah.
Who's your
Pokemon's-
favorite Pokemon?
Oh, fuck! I'm gonna have to go with Charizard. It's like so. Yeah. Charizard.
What do you like about Charizard?
I just like Charmander's like story. You know how he was
evolution.
abandoned on the rock? Yeah, he was abandoned on the rock, and then like he ended up being Ash's like prized or most strongest, I'd say.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. Maybe your next cat or dog could be Charmander or Charizard. eh? I reckon
Yeah.
you can chuck that one in there. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's exciting. All of that stuff for you is just obviously, and good on you for going first and leading the way and leading the people. That's pretty cool. To help them break free of that fucking rat race of the 9 to 5 of their whole Rockefeller system. You know what I mean? That's the way. Just break free, baby. Get out of there being because all the system wants you to do is be a robot there, work in a factory. So good on you, sis. That's all. What was the catalyst for you doing that? Like for getting into that space and getting on that journey?
Yeah, really good question. So I'll kind of bring it back to like when I was working at Macca's. I was just like, you can't keep working here forever, I got a couple of jobs I kind of thought, okay, if I get different jobs or earn more money, I'm going to be more happier. I think that's kind of like what we all think. We're trying to look for something that's going to add to our like happiness. So worked in a couple of like hospitality and I just kind of got over it because it's like you're on shift work and your hours all over the show, the long hours. And then I actually got a job in a factory, like how you just said. So I was like, yes, I've got Monday to Friday. I'm working like 6 a.m. till like 2:30 or like 1:30 p.m. I've got like the whole rest of the day to have the freedom to do what I want. And I've got every weekend off. But I just found like, fuck, it's like this. Waking up exhausted to an alarm, you're doing the same thing. You didn't even really need to have like a brain to work at that job. You're just going like this, putting tea towels in a machine that irons the tea towels, folds the tea towels, stacks the tea towels, and it's like we're just going like this. But
yeah, I feel you. I mean, each to their own though. So some people, that's what they want to do, and that's cool. But like, I think if you understanding that you don't especially when you understand like, I feel like I can do more. You know what I mean? Or I want to do something different. The same for me. Yeah. But so you hit that realization. What happens there? You're like,
Yeah, I honestly, truly believe that everyone is here to do more. And a lot of people, and this might be quite like bold and like I respect if that's what they want to do, but I believe that a lot of people are in denial because it's their excuse not to step into who they are meant to be. Yeah.
And then the system's created that way, though, right? When you start school, you're told to sit down, shut up, line up, put your hand up if you want to speak. Like it's all ding, like an assembly bell. Like it's the same system created by the Rockefellers to make robots to work in factories. So like, there's no like there's no coincidence. I think that a lot of entrepreneurs that are like successful, a lot of self-made. When I say self-made, like they weren't born into money. People that make it a lot of time don't even finish school or university. You don't go there because that system, even though you might become a surgeon or something like that, it doesn't breed entrepreneurship. It doesn't breed like outside of the box. It's created to keep itself sustained. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because I don't know if I'm going to
go hard. Go wherever you want to go, sis.
But okay, like what I'm getting the visual of in my head, which is like really present right now, is that because the system feeds off, or the matrix feeds off our energy force, like, you know, like how you watch the Matrix and you're kind of like mind blown, like, whoa, they are draining us of our energy. That's why we all feel tired after work. That's why like everyone's fucking like tired and just not enthused. Like you see the difference, right? How when people are free, they're a lot more lit up, or they're in their passions and things like that. But anyway, in the system, it's like you look at cities and then you look at the structure of a city and then you look at the structure of like a computer motherboard.
Talk about it, baby. Talk about it, sis.
Yeah. So yeah, the system feeds off it so that they can keep us. Oh man, I'm kind of like, no, don't go like 2, because then it just kind of all spirals out.
No, go. We're there now. Let's go. 100. Because I've done a lot of deep delving into a lot of the stuff on my own time as well. So I enjoy these conversations, and you know, hey, like people need to hear it anyway. And there's a lot of people that obviously listen to you and support you and follow your journey, and also you know, have been inspired by what you do. So you know what I mean? Why not tell people about it?
I'll try to keep it like as simple and not too rabbit hole like as possible. But it's like, why don't they teach us? And this is really present today too, because I'm listening to that podcast with Terrence. Like, why don't they teach us in school? They're teaching us like 2-dimensional things. They're not teaching us to like read energy, to like discover ourselves. Like, why do you think they don't teach us that?
It's obvious because that's outside of that 2 dimension. You know what I mean? Like exactly what you touched on before. Like it's made to keep. It's a loop, right? It's made to sustain itself, and it doesn't sustain itself if you branch off from it. You know what I mean? If you decide, hey, I don't need to work for you. I can become my own boss. I can do my own stuff. I want to do something that you said lights me up inside and makes me love life. You know, they don't want us to love life. They just want us to keep going. Like I talked about schools earlier too, just before. Like the things with schools is not only are they brainwashing you in school, they also keeping you, like they're brainwashing you while the parents work inside the system. And you know, keep continuing that brainwashing cycle, and the parents are told by their parents, not knowing why, you need to go to university, you need to do that. I'm not saying you shouldn't either. If you want to be a surgeon, whatever, like I want my surgeon that operates on me to probably go to university, like to probably do some studies like that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, but what I'm saying is like you know, but parents out here too would say that to their kids, but they don't even know why. They're just doing it because the system's told them this. Even the whole owning a house, like all of that stuff is bloody. All of that stuff is like, it's like owning a house is that's a product created by the banks because they needed something to sell you money, to lend you money. You know what I mean? So they created the American dream or Australian, New Zealand dream of own your own home. You know what I mean? Which again keeps that system. You talked about the components in a computer, motherboard, just keeps that shit flowing, like all of it. Yeah, continue. Nothing wrong with owning your own home either. What I'm saying is like there's ways to do it and ways not to. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people own homes, but there's just fucking it's a ball and a chain that they can't get rid of. That you know what I mean? It's hemorrhaging money, and you know what I mean. It's more of a debt, and it's more of a loss than it is a a reward. But yeah, carry on, sister. Very passionate about this kind of topic too. So yeah.
No, I love it. I'm like, yes, 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 because we're so conditioned and programmed. And like there's so many plays. I actually like love like this part. So even with the house, right? If you look up the meaning of mortgage and
Yes. Let's go. Tell me about it. Let's go.
It means death pledge. And then there's a whole sentence I did actually this like I did this way back in 2020, but it's like even your job, everything's a play on words because everything is electromagnetic and everything carries a frequency. So even everything that we speak and numbers and letters all carry it too. And it all is conditioning and programming us. It takes like, I don't know if it's 0.1 second to program a human. And this is why they call a lot of things are connected to water as well, which I'm like really like water is our life source. It is, we are water beings because water picks up and through like intention or like sound or anything around the environment, it changes its structure. So everything that you're eating, this is why they poison like our food and poison our waters.
No, they don't. They don't spray the skies and stuff like that. Yeah,
no, none of that. None of that.
None of that.
They care about our health.
Yeah. They don't stop our like farmers from like or people from producing their own food anymore. That they love us making our own food. They want us all to grow food. You know what I mean? They don't want us to go to these supermarket giants that have a monopoly on the farming industry of fruit and vegetables and no way.
No, nothing like that. Nothing like that. Trust the government, everyone. Trust the government.
100.
But yeah, job in Hebrew is like persecuted. So we go to our jobs. It's like meant as like ill treatment. We go to work to earn a living, and earn as we put the ashes of the dead. We go to work on our work days, and then I didn't quite like fully like I thought like days. But if you look up the word days, like hazy, it means inability to like function properly. So that was really interesting. And then there's just a whole lot to it too. And then that's why they put fluoride and stuff and like give us shitty water.
It's good for our teeth.
My teeth with fluoride toothpaste. But I think it's interesting. And then because we're water beings, we are the currency. And I actually put this up on my story too. So this like it's all connected. When we are like sold off, like we're sold into the system. So when a ship, and this is why we call out
straw man.
Wait, I didn't catch that.
Straw man.
Straw man. What's that?
Yeah. Like your dead entity. Like you're talking about all of that stuff. Like when your name's, your birth certificate signed in capital letters, and you're sold at the Vatican and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Carry on.
Oh yeah, and then I actually didn't even realize. Like I'm Catholic or something, so I was like baptized.
But like you choose what you are. Are you Catholic now or no?
I don't even know the difference between Catholic and Christian, to be honest. I feel like they're very.
Oh, okay. But even that, you know what's crazy? Like, obviously, we're polys. Even that's crazy. Like the whole religious side of things. Like, obviously, it's huge, especially in the islands, and like there's some Maoris that follow Christianity, and each to their own. Believe what you want. Yeah. But even that, like down to like the word Amen, like it's actually like it actually comes from like the Egyptian gods, Amen Ra. And like it's from ancient Kemet, like which is ancient Egypt, and people like all these terms that people are like, oh no, that's crazy. Now that comes from no, like actual like these like the word Amen came from ancient Egypt. Like, but even ancient Egypt, like these people like Amen meant Yahweh, which is like God in the Bible, right? And then there's a guy named Horus of ancient Egypt who, if you listen to his story, sounds very similar to a dude named Jesus, but he was thousands of years before Jesus. It's like, when you talk about programming, are all of these just like, is this retold? And You know what I mean? Like I said, again, believe whatever you want to believe. But if you talk about programming too, another thing they did all around the world is they went and told people what they should believe, and that they call, say for us, I don't know what gods you had in Samoa or Tokelauan, but in Maori we had Tane Mahuta, Tangaroa, we had all these gods which we worshipped and honored, but they told us they were mythology. You know what I mean? Like, meaning those are false and this is a real God. You know what I mean? This is you got so much programming that goes on. And like, I had this conversation with some African American brothers one time and a live on Instagram, and they sort of pulled me in. They said, "Oh, where are you from?" I said, "From New Zealand." And then they're like, "Oh, so you're a Christian?" I said, "No, I'm Maori." And then they were like, "Oh, yeah," and yeah, but your country's a Christian nation. I said, "No, like I can choose what I am. Like you could, like if you want to be a Christian, that's fine, brother, And then they said to me, "Yeah, but you're one of us. We're Christians." No, I said, no, I'm one of you. I'm human. We're all human, brother. We're one species out here. And then they were just, I said to them, "So how long have you been Christians?" And then they're like, "Oh, since our great grandfathers, whatever, was slaves, pretty much." And then I said, "Do you know that your way back then, when in slave times, the only good day of the week for the slave, or for that period anyway, where they could wear good clothes, was church, where they were beaten all week, and like enslaved, they didn't have their freedom, and then the one day of the week where they were like sort of treated okay was Sunday, when they could go to church." Like, do you not think the kind of, like, if you go through trauma and then this is the only escape you have, do you not think that's sort of brainwashing too? Like, you know what I mean? And you're gonna always hold on to that as hope. And they're like, "Oh," like, so they sort of open their mind a little bit eventually. But again, like I said, you believe whatever you want. Like, there's no, like, even in Samoa, I know this for a fact, that if you in the islands, and that you had like feces rubbed on you if you didn't go to church, like, all that's programming, baby. Like, my grandparents were beaten for speaking Maori, you know what I mean, for speaking our own language in our own country, like 2 generations ago, beaten, you know what I mean? Like, and the Bible was rammed down their throats, like, programming again. That's my belief. Again, believe what you want, your choice. But yeah. Question everything.
Really good points too, because like all of that is like stored, like the trauma, right, is like stored in our body. So we have like a certain reaction to, like, fuck, I don't want to do that, even if you're consciously know it's okay to do that. Your subconscious and like your body remembers, and it's like, do you know what I mean? Like,
was that like a even an ancestral memory? Are you talking like that sort of stuff? Because I've been learning some of the pieces we're talking about, like not only healing your own trauma and going back to that little kid that was, had to experience different things, but also you might have to get rid of, something that come from your nan or your grandfather or something. I just learned about that. I was like, oh, true.
Yes, correct. Because how we're all connected, and it also plays into water too, because water holds like memory and consciousness. But it's true. Like, when you heal yourself and like your own stuff, you shed that fear. This actually, like, I'm like reading this book, The Gene Keys, and it really breaks it down. Like, when you move through and shed fear, or like to heal, basically, to move into like a higher frequency and like vibration, like whatever you want to call it, awareness, all of that. For that to happen, you do have to shed and move through fear. The only way you can shed it is by moving through it. It does.
On the other side of fear is the blessing, right? Or whatever it's always on the other side of that fear, eh? Like something you don't want to do, like, but it's I'm with you. 100.
And it actually changes like your DNA as well. So there's like, how do I explain it? It's like, because you're rewiring it as well, it's going to start to send codes to your cells, which starts to change the structure of them, and that's what has you go up in vibration, if that makes sense. And then when you have children, obviously, like, your DNA is like, I'm not going to say it's like completely different, but I mean, it could be completely different, who knows? But there's going to be subtle changes that move through your lineage from that point onwards.
Yeah, what are you smoking in Bali? Cuz give me some. No, 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 no. What you smoking over there? So shit. No, that's gangster. I never. I have to look into that book actually because I love. Like
Yeah.
I'm open to learning stuff, and I know like what I just said before. I'm not saying that's what Larissa believes at all, so don't put that on her. That's me. Everything I said is my shit. So anybody's like, oh, she believes, you don't have to believe. But if it does make you angry, then maybe you should question yourself and maybe look inside and see. Well, because like you said, on the other side of fear, there might be something else there. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's just my opinion. I'll do my research, mate. It's like,
No, it's a really good book, and yeah, Gene Keys. It really goes
Gene
into
Keys.
like
Who's that by?
Richard Rudd. Richard Rudd, yeah. And it's like a lot of, if you actually look at it, I mean,
I'm just gonna switch it up now.
But most of the books we read and whatnot, and a lot of like entrepreneurs, for example, really speak on, like, all of the books say the exact same thing, just in a different way.
Well, because and just like all the, like, if I get Gary V, for example, like he says the same 12 things just 1,000 different ways, like, and to try and hopefully, because you know what, all of our different conditionings, we might receive it differently. You know what I mean? Like their message might not get through. Like it might take, like what Larissa's saying to hit someone that, say someone like Gary V, or like just using him for example because he's well known as an entrepreneur, social media entrepreneur, and business magnate. Maybe stuff that he's saying doesn't hit, but when you say it to somebody else, might hit better. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
the dream arc. Oh yeah, Gene Keys. I got that one. I'm gonna hit that one up. They got a. What's the audiobook like? Or you just sit there because I'm a bit busy to sit there and read these days.
Yeah, it's a big book. It's big. I'm only up to like the 9th key, and I read like a little bit.
Process it.
Yeah. I'm only up to the 9th key. Like I've only read maybe like 67 pages.
How long? It been?
Oh, I don't, because what I do is I read it and basically like almost write everything, so that, because I'm a bit of a slower, like, I don't want to say I'm a slow learner because I don't want to like attach myself to that identity.
Don't say that. Don't say that. You're a fast learner.
Yeah, I'm a fast learner.
I am a fast learner. I'm in. No.
I'm a dedicated learner, and I want to really know it so I can also share it without it being butchered, basically. But I will read it and I will write as well, so it does take me a longer period of time, but because I'm reading it and then having to reiterate it through writing it, I'm just like trusting it absorbs through better. Yeah.
You got this. I believe in you. Gene Keys, though. What would be your top? Give me a top 3 books of all time that you've read.
I'm wondering how to shuffle them. I haven't read that many books. One of them I didn't read. I listened to the audiobook.
Yeah, well, that's still the same. You're still processing the information. Like, there's still, because I listen to a lot of audiobooks these days instead of, and mostly podcasts actually. But I used to read a bit, but I don't. Like, if you're trying to do like doing as many podcasts as I'm doing, I don't have the time to sit and read. You know what I mean? Like, so I can listen to them while I'm editing.
I would say, I think the easiest to read, like probably the most like easiest to read is probably like The Alchemist. I quite like that one. I've read it maybe like 4 times, and it's just so rich, so fucking rich, but so simply put. Really, really beautiful book. And I think Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. This might be like a bit of a but people think they know themselves, but they have no idea. Like, even if I'm to say like, yeah, I know myself, because we can get confused between the ego and like the actual higher self. And we believe the ego, which is all the mind, is us, but anyway. Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself because we're limitless. There's no way we can get to the very bottom of who we are. There's no way. It's kind of more coming back to like actually remembering, and by doing that you move through fear, because when you do realize how limitless you are, there's going to be no boundaries, or there's going to be no fear. Anyway, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Joe Dispenza. He speaks a lot on just like your energy, that you're electromagnetic, and it's how the whole freaking universe works basically. And I'd say the Gene Keys, but a couple of my friends are reading it. They're saying it's like quite hard to read. Maybe the Gene Keys or Happy Pocket Full of Money is really good.
Well, let's go Happy Pocket Full of Money, because you haven't finished it yet, eh, Gene Keys?
No, I haven't finished Happy Pocket. I've three-quarters of the audio. Yeah, but Happy Pocket Full of Money is good.
So, The Alchemist, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, and one of those other two that you haven't finished yet.
Yes, there's like 4.
Okay. We'll go there.
Same thing.
Yeah. What you spoke on ego there, like do you think ego is still necessary, or do you think, because I hear a lot of people say get rid of your ego, like, and I think from a lot of situations you should. I don't know, I'll just give you my personal opinion and I'll see what you think. I think also ego, just like it's like fire, right? Fire can burn your house down, but it could also fuel you. It could also feed, keep you warm and all of that stuff. Controlling and understanding that, like, I feel like it's necessary, but to have control of your own ego. Or do you disagree?
No, I totally agree. There has to be two moving forces for something to like happen, and if we didn't have an ego, we wouldn't be human.
I think we get walked all over too if you don't. You know what I mean? Like if you just, you know what I mean? That's which is another thing, which is, So I see a lot of people that like sort of live that way and say, I don't have an ego. And I'm like, yeah, and that's why everyone takes you for granted and uses you and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like
that in itself is ego right there.
Hey. Oh, they do. Oh, kia ora, Gene Keith.
How we, I'd say, like, I guess in a way, it's like if we didn't have our ego, we wouldn't have anything to learn ourselves by.
Hard. Forever learning, eh? White belt for life, I see.
Then, 2 years later, I might be like, no, actually, I'm changing what I said.
Yeah, who knows? Like I said, like this information is we're just going on based on what we understand right now. You know what I mean? Like some people have gone to me, like they've heard the podcast, they're like, oh, that's not what you believe 5 years ago. I was like, bro, I'm not even the same person 5 years ago. Like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Or that's I don't know if you've got this, oh, you've changed. Like, hopefully I'm not the same person I was when I was 14, lad. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully I've changed, cuz, or growing. You know what I mean?
It's like, we're not evolving. It's actually like, this one kind of is a little bit like, come on, guys. Like, of course, everyone's meant to change, because if you're not evolving, you're not actually contributing to like the whole. Sounds corny, but like if you're not evolving, you're not contributing to the whole of evolution.
Yeah. And evolution isn't just humanity, like humanity physically. Evolution is everything. Technology, the way we conversate, language. Evolution is huge, Yeah. Oh. Yeah, there's some cool points there, sis. You little fast reader, hey, you little fast learner. I like it. Hey.
I'm a fast learner from now on. Yeah.
You are a fast learner. That's why I want you to write that somewhere, or write it on your forehead, so you can read it when you look in the mirror. Hey. Get a tattoo, or you get one of those cool like how people get tattoos and they're like scripts or something, and people be like, what does that mean? It's like, I am a fast learner.
No,
just to remind myself.
For a while, I've got I got the Charmander here, and then I've got there's a little Pikachu, but Upper, off Avatar, and then this.
But yeah, I know Momo now, and now I know, I know. Like I watched it, but like it's not really I don't know. It's not really computing. I didn't watch it that hard out too. So yeah,
Oh, God.
when Avatar was on, I was like trying to read like interesting books and shit. So yeah, I was like, some of the cousins would have watched it. Yeah, bit of a nerd. Well, yeah.
No, I'm telling you, that has some profound, like incredible, like yes, yeah.
I go back to it,
Yeah.
Avatar. Like what? What did you learn from Avatar? Besides what to name your cat?
Gosh, I don't even like it. It just very, very high values and like a lot of wisdom too. So there's just a lot of, even like, through forgiveness and energy, like it really does speak into just how like the whole world actually needs balance of different forces. Yeah. I don't really know how to sum up Avatar, but very profound, high value. Like, I'll have my children watch Avatar. I'll say that.
How many children are you gonna have?
I think like 1 to 3 max, maybe.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Is there a dad on like here at the moment or not at the moment?
No
free,
dad.
free butterfly. Oh, free butterfly.
Yeah, there's dating and all of that. Like, I don't know. I just don't feel. Just at the moment, it's just very like focused on myself. There's just no. And sometimes people are like, well, how are you going to meet someone because you don't like go out or like whatever? And it's like, yeah, but I trust, and I've got like an inner knowing he's going to show up, and it's not going to be out at a beach club. It's not going to.
So it's not a she.
Eh?
So it's not a she. It's not a she. It's not a she. It's definitely a he. Oh no, like no judgment. I just thought you never know these days. It might have been a he. Yeah. Or a she. Yeah, could have been.
Oh no. Yeah, like a man, right?
Yeah, a man for sure. Yeah. Okay. no Momo for you, eh, girl? That's not. Yeah, no, solid. Yeah, I like that too. That like you just focusing on what you're up to and whatever comes your way, like and when the time is right or whatever universe and whatever it'll all align, eh? Is that some of that good water you drink? Something.
I don't actually have my machine here.
Oh.
It's back home. I'm so excited to like get it, but it is Kangen water, but it's better straight out of the machine. Like I just buy gallons of it and then I just drink it like that. But it's kind of been sitting there.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Does it lose some of its mana after it's been sitting there?
Yeah, it's kind of like still water. It's why like bottled water and whatnot's not very good because it starts to like, well, water needs to be moving. I don't know. Yeah. No, it's just not stagnant water, not good. Stagnant water. So I'll put it that way. Yeah.
Stagnant in general, no good, I think. Hey.
Yeah.
Keep moving, keep growing, keep learning. We've all been in phases like that. But you were saying, so if someone was to say to you, like, what do you do? Like, could you break it down to someone, like, quickly? Or, like, when it comes to your mahi?
Yeah, so I'm kind of like, do I go kind of like mechanical side or
whatever?
So, okay, actually no, this like angle is a lot more like feels more like truth. So I really feel like I'm here to show people, not just through like, financial, like that's a huge part of it. I feel like this vehicle really, just trying to figure out how to put it. It's like Enagic is the vehicle to help you understand and like know yourself and like find yourself in a way, because it's gonna require you to shift your, we're in the realm of like helping people shift their mindset and their perspective on things and kind of like freeing their mind actually in a massive way. The health, well, I truly believe like this water really needs to be drank by like everyone, especially with the food and the water that we are like absorbing at the moment. And I just really believe like as humans, we're meant to be free. We're not meant to be bound by the system, but we need a vehicle to be able to do that because we're so reliant on like a job and like how you're saying like the government, right? Well, how does the government even like, well, I'm just, bring this one in, but how do they even have control of us in that way? Because we're so bound to like a system. So it's just, I guess like in a way, it's like freedom, inner freedom, health. It's just all intertwined and interconnected. If that makes sense. Yeah.
I don't know, but like when I become a fast learner, it might.
Yeah, that was a bit of a like all over the show sort of answer, but hopefully it makes sense to those listening.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll resonate for someone. This for sure.
But in a mechanical way, sorry, I kind of like went past that. So we like make sales on behalf of the company, and the company pays us out a commission. And like if people read Rich Dad Poor Dad and like understand investing, it's really a way to compound and expand your money so you can build like a wealth plan for yourself, because it's just ridiculous to me. We're not meant to work linear over and over again in this rat race and then retire off like our Kiwi saver or whatever savings we've got left. If we can build that up, and the cost of living and there's just so much stuff, but because it does allow you to build wealth beyond your years, you can pass it down to your children. Like what we get to leave behind for them impacts their children. So just kind of having people forward thinking like that, because I know like for my children, I don't want them to get to like 30 years old and be like, fuck, like life is so hard. How am I going to earn enough money? Like cost of living is even 10 times worse than when my mum was alive.
It's so bad in New Zealand, eh? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Because I'm in Perth, so but like NZ is like crazy. Yeah. Crazy cost of living. People don't understand, man. When I talk to whānau back home, I'm like, far out, man. Then how you fellas do it.
Yeah. But can you see how we've stayed in it? We're expecting a result, but we're
continuing to keep that cycle going. Like, it's keeping this, it's not gonna get out of here. But again, like the system set up that way, right? And you know what I think is another one, sis, is like, and don't get me wrong, because the statement can be taken like, just like all can be taken in a different way, but we especially being Polynesians, and we're told, and you come from farming and that, whānau as well. You come from farming families and like hardworking, like hard workers, all we know, like work hard. But like that's what's drummed into us. Even being Maori, being probably like work hard. But like what they're telling you is like work hard with your body until you're old and broken, and like. You know what I mean? Like that's literally what they mean. Because like if hard work was the only method to gain like financial freedom, because that's what they're trying to sell to us, right? Which is obviously being programmed into us. Is that you work hard and that's how you get somewhere. Yeah, you do, but you got to work hard the right way. Like, you know what I mean? Like someone like, and I don't really agree with the dude and a lot of other things, but let's say someone like Bill Gates, for example, people will know him as obviously a monopolist with, Microsoft. You can talk about other things off, which I don't agree with either, like medically, because they're never fucking doctor either. But fuck that bullshit. But but like with that guy, I've worked hard as fuck at like he got a computer from young age. There's obviously benefits, which like you said, when your kid's 30, you don't want them to have to struggle. They'll have benefits that weren't afforded to you as a child. You know what I mean? So he obviously had a mentor that had, he got one of the first computers. But to create what he created, you had to work hard at it. But like he could work hard like that, and he might have worked just as hard as my uncle and my fucking old man did building fences and that. But look at they didn't get the same results, cuz you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And when it comes to money and all of that shit, so yeah, that's something I think our people need to realize too. Is like you tell your kids or whatever work hard, but like to teach them how to like go and figure out a way out of there or find one for them. You know what I mean? Show them. Like Lourissa, the first Polynesian for that water company. I don't even know what it's called. Fucking yeah. But yeah, like that's what I was just saying about working hard. Like work hard. Obviously, you have to work hard and whatever it is, but work hard the right way. Figure out a way to to because you like let's say you and I, Lourissa, have a goal and we want to get to the center of the world. If I go backwards and I go around the other side, let's say it is around. I don't know if it is, but like you to say it is. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Not saying it isn't either, but I don't know. And then you find the shortest route there and you go there. But I take ages to get there, and I get there and I'm old and grey, and you're like, fuck, I've been here for like 50 years, brother. What you been up to? I'm like, I've been working hard to get here. You're like, yeah, I did too. I just got here in a shorter time because I knew the right direction, right? So yeah. Anyway, blah blah blah. Back to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's inspiring. That's what you're doing. So that's your mahi is trying to build generational wealth for not just yourself but like those that come after you, and trying to inspire others to do the same.
I love how you just like precisely said it, and then I'm just like struggling with this story to try and wrap it up. But yes, yeah.
All good. No. I wasn't trying to rush you either. I was just like,
oh no, it's
in my mind, that's how I heard it, and like, is that right? And then you feel like, no, that's not what it is. That's cool too.
Oh
you know what I mean?
I was just struggling to spit it out, like how. Yeah.
Yes. Sweet as, and yeah, let's go up the generational wealth. Let's have some, little rich. I was gonna say little rich Setus, but you might be married and have a different name, eh? But they'll be still Setu by blood. Hey, some little Setus running around doing their thing or whatever the name is of the brother. But do you have a flavor, sis? Do you have a flavor of like or are you just the energy? Like is it like, oh, I like English, I like Maori, I like Samoan. Oh no, maybe not the Kazis, eh? I don't know. What's your flavor? Oh, because the bro was he Pākehā, the fellow? They used to.
No, he was like Māori.
Oh, he was Māori. Yeah.
I don't know, like I don't even know if
like your husband could be watching this right now. You could be watching this like, fuck, she's the one. I need me a fast learner. Straight up, I need me a fast.
Gosh, I don't know. I can't even like answer. I'd say maybe like energy. I mean, there's always going to be like a bit of like a physical kind of like attraction because.
Oh, fucking has to be to start with. No, that's not bad. Like if you don't like what they look like, like to start with. But I think that can't be everything, right? Because like one day you're going to be old and grey, and if you can't talk to each other, you don't have a connection. Like you can't banter, you can't laugh. Like fuck, that'll be boring. Yeah. And all you have is physical only.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I can't even.
Nah, no flavors, eh? I was trying to, help the brothers out there, but yeah. What was that? You got a bit of a surgery on your neck. What happened there?
Oh my god. Yeah, I got last year. Oh, actually, around about this time last year, I got a fat transfer. So I got like a skinny BBL.
Skinny BBL. Tell us, what does that mean?
So they take fat from other parts of your body and then they put it in the like desired place that the patient wants. So they took.
Oh, solid.
Yeah, it's actually quite interesting too. I kind of was looking up like the fat cells and getting a bit of it was fascinating. But they take fat cells from certain parts of your body and then they obviously they put it in your like bum. So that's how they can make like sculpture.
How do they make it though? Like, because are you trying to go for a certain like pow? Like, are you trying to go for a certain shape or like? How do they know what shape it's gonna be like? Like fuck, oh shit, that was a bit too much. Like, like how do they know, or does it just?
Well, for me, because I'm like small, even the surgeon was like, in his like Turkish accent, he's like, where do you want me? Oh no, that's right. No, you're doing it.
Where do you want me?
Where do you want me to take the fat from? And I'm like,
Wait, that's what I was gonna say too. So instead of getting it from your cousin or what? Holy Rick.
no, but they take it out. So your body's got a certain amount of like fat cells, and like when you actually gain weight and lose weight, all the fat cells do is they expand and they contract. You can't burn fat away, but you can get the fat cells removed. But also, like, not saying that liposuction is, gonna save you from or like make you lose weight, because what happens is your body will just make so like my stomach, right, has lesser fat cells than what it did before, but my body will kind of expand those fat cells, so it like you can remove the
so they took it from your puku, from your stomach.
Yeah, they took from my stomach, a little bit from my back, and then a little bit from my thighs. So yeah, and then
They just slap it in there. They just inject it in there, or how do they put it in? I don't know.
I think they put the fat cells through like a purification process, and then they put it in. But
some flash fat cells, eh?
Yeah, but not all the fat cells survive. So about like, I think it's like 30% like do end up dying, because it's like quite
because they're like a living organism. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Interesting, eh? Yeah.
I just remember seeing a video of you like last year, like, hey, what is that? And I've heard about like BBL, but I haven't looked into it. You know what I mean? So I thought, and then it pumped in my head. I was like, oh, fucking, I remember that. I'm literally just remembering shit and asking you. That's why I was like, oh, fuck, I remember seeing the video. Remember you put the video on, I don't know if it was everywhere, but TikTok, I seen it.
Yeah, fuck, I forget that I even like.
You were telling your brother?
Videos, I forget. I'm surprised I haven't even come across you on like TikTok Live. I used to go on like a wee bit.
Yeah, I think we like we're in a battle ages ago, but like not only once, I think. But yeah, yeah, ages ago. Because when did you stop battling?
Oh, sometimes like honestly randomly I'll jump on, but I don't really like battle people anymore, because sometimes it can be a bit like awkward. It's not the same as it used to be, eh? 2022 though, I jumped on I did maybe like a 2-month stunt, and I met some real cool people, like like Jen. I don't know if she really, but my friend Simone.
What do you mean you don't know? What do you mean you don't know if she really what?
Oh, I don't know if she really like went that much like on TikTok Live. I don't. Like, you know how there's certain people like the Cuzzy Tricks, everyone knows him. He was like hard out on lives. Simone, I think you'll know Simone.
Yeah, I know she's the blondie. I don't know if she's still hanging out with Abu and that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't really know what happened there, but
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, there's the business, but whatever. Yeah, I just didn't really like the drama and shit. It just gets tiring now. Like I just like, even myself, I'm like, what am I up to? Like, what do I even give a fuck about this shit? Like me personally, I just have to like check myself too. Like, so like I don't really, I'm not really on there that much these days. But shout out to the brothers still going hard, doing the thing, having fun. Yeah. I'm not saying I won't get back on, but yeah, maybe. I don't know. At the moment, I'm good doing what I'm doing now. Just yarning to people about BBLs and freaking being fast learners and gene keys.
Yeah.
Did you play any sports when you were a kid?
Netball. Yeah. I was actually netball. I was on like the rec team, and then
what position?
Goal attack, and when I was mostly like goal attack, I think. I kind of moved around like goal defense. I was always in the middle part. Yeah.
Bro, netball for anybody like loves a netball, gee, that's gangster on your knees. Netball, holy Rick, netball's gangster. Like I remember like dudes like laughing at it, like even coming over here because like mixed netball and stuff, like but like played something like, even growing up, having a jam in there. I was like, bro, this is hectic. Come over here, people just laugh at netball like, gee, that's hectic. You don't even understand, cousin. Yeah, go play it there and see if you're still loving.
Yeah, I think I might play it when I go back home. Actually, like join an indoor netball team.
Yeah.
Because it's hard. I'm like, damn, like I don't know how I used to run around as like a 10-year-old, like just unlimitless like energy, and now I'm like, fuck. Yeah, good exercise though.
Yeah, solid. Hey, before we get out of here, I got a couple of little quick ones, if that's okay. All good? Did you hear me, sis?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a couple of little quick questions before we get out of here, if that's all right. All goody? All right. If you could eat one meal for the rest, one meal, not a food, but a meal for the rest of your life every day, what do you choose?
Fuck, I don't. Maybe like sushi or something. No. Vietnamese.
Vietnamese.
Like
But
rice.
what is it? Pho or no, not that one.
I'd say maybe like rice rolls.
Oh,
or
okay.
Bun chai, maybe. Yeah, I'll go for that one. Or
All
sushi.
right, then. Every day? Pick one. Which one?
No. Actually, no. I fully scratched that. I'm going to go like roast chicken.
Oh, chicken.
Or something. Yeah,
something. Oh,
hangi and roast, kind of like some, but yeah.
Yeah. Up the hangi. Yeah, hangi's on. Hangi roast, but what meat? But if it's roast, you want chicken.
Yeah. I'll go chicken.
What do you want? Like what do you want with that roast chicken? Like what
roast veggies. They're gonna have lots of like seasoning on them.
Yeah, but what veggies? Like, is there specific ones or?
Oh, I'm gonna go like carrot. I know like broccoli's not, but like fuck, chuck broccoli in there somehow.
True. See,
potatoes. Yeah, and then like the roast chicken. But a nice roast chicken.
Nice roast chicken. Well, there you go, finally. Hey, hold on. Bit of a munch. Give us a visualization. 10 years from now, what's life like for Lourissa Setu?
I don't even know because I feel like
obviously. Just right now, today. What do you see?
I think Dad to be retired. I'm kind of thinking like a house in like Tauranga, like a
Tauranga.
Yeah, by the beach. Yes, by the water, and I just see like all like my family and friends being able to come over. So a lot of that comes into like money too. So I'm like, yep, 7 figures a year and have this beautiful home.
Nice.
Just facilitates so much. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, people and family very, very involved.
We're gonna invite me and my homies for a roast. We'll come and we'll put the hangi down for you.
Yeah, can work something out. Yeah.
Yeah, Andy. If you could have a superpower, which one do you choose? Maybe even create one, and why?
Fuck, not fly. If I could.
That's it. Why?
Yeah. Oh, just like you can see the world, and like when I went up Mount Agun.
Oh yeah. I wanted to talk about that too. Tell us about that, sis, actually.
Hard, but just so worth it. My mate actually was like, fuck, like I've never given up in my life. And I don't give up, but I was like, there was 2 times up that climb where I fucking wanted to give up. And I was like, oh, true. Like she's pretty like fitnessy and like health. Just so surreal up in the clouds. And I'm kind of like, fuck, like everyone comes to I know you came here to Bali and like drank and partied
every time, yeah.
Yes, so much more to life and like to experience, and it was amazing. But yeah, fuck, if I could fly, I would just love to fly. Imagine all the like beauty you'd see. It's like the freedom up in the like clouds and
bird's eye view,
yeah, I wish I could fly. That would be my super.
Is that the highest you've ever been?
Yeah, I think so. That mountains, like the biggest.
Like I mean, walked. Like, you know what I mean? Is that the highest up there you've ever, like, from real feet you've ever been? You reckon?
Yep.
This gangster. Yeah, no, it looked like a mean view in there. So what's it called? Mount Agun. I think is that what the name of it? Celebrate. Yeah. How many of you been up?
Just me and my friend Haley. One of my other friends was going to come, but she like got scared and bailed. So it was just me and Haley. Yeah. Oh, and the guides.
How long did it take?
So it's, I think, 4 hours up and 4 hours down, but I think we got down in like 3 hours.
Roll down there.
Yeah, it was hearty. It was hard.
Yeah. Well, we were meant to do this like a couple of days after, then you're like, wow, I'm wrecked. Yeah.
Remember? Yeah. No, I was just exhausted because we camped as well on the mountain. So we did 2 hours. That was hard. And then we set up camp and slept. And I only got I think 1 or 2 hours sleep. And then I just found it hard to kind of get back into, I needed that week. I needed that week.
No, I'm glad it's, hard. Yeah. Yeah. And then I ended up, I was sick anyway too, but I would have done it. I was sick. Yeah, so it worked out all good. And I could come and learn from the fast learner right here, who's well rested. Yeah. I just thought that was like cool. Another thing I forgot to ask, what's your surgery? Where did you get that? And was it Turkey?
Yeah, in Turkey.
So like those, they go all good over there. So I'm gonna get my fucking teeth fixed. I'm gonna go over to Turkey. Is that the spot? Some other people say Turkey is fucking all good for some teeth.
Yeah, I really liked Turkey. I want to go back and hang out there for a bit. I actually
you didn't. You just went for to get the old skinnies, BBL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you talking about veneers? Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Because apparently there's wisdom teeth just come through and fuck them up, G. Yeah. So you go get them fixed up, because But like I've been to Turkey before, but I've never I didn't know what the surgeries and all that the thumb hasn't fallen off you there, so you must be right.
Yeah. I don't want that to happen.
No. No, I'm just saying, must be all good because some people don't go to Turkey, and then some other breathers are like, yeah, all good.
Yeah, no, they were good. I really like Turkey. They looked after you. There's so many places over there. Yeah, you'll find one.
Yeah, 100%. I got two more questions. If you could have 3 locations that you could visit in the next year, where would you like them to be?
Fuck, actually, I think Egypt, Egypt, or I want to go home. And
no, you haven't been. Sorry.
Oh, I haven't been. Okay, yeah. Egypt, I'd say. I don't know. There's just something about extraordinary about the pyramids and things, and I'd love to go venture around there. Maybe Machu Picchu looks really beautiful, and the llamas and things. And then
it's pretty cool. Waima Picchu, I did that a few years ago. Machu Picchu, Waima Picchu. That's pretty crazy. Yeah. Go do some ayahuasca too, or nah?
I don't know. And then the third one, shit, I don't know.
One more for Samoa. Let's go. Where you want to go?
Maybe Tokelauan. I haven't been there.
Oh, Tokelauan. Have you been to Samoa?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Tokelauan. Do you know what island you're from there, Tokelauan?
No, I need to double check that one. Yeah. I'm really wanting to, because my whole life, I haven't really been connected very much with my Islander side. So it's like intentional this time when I go back home. I even asked my cousin, I was like, can you teach me how to make like, your chop suey is super easy, but chop suey.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's easy, yes, but yeah, but that's how when you say like you haven't really been connected, like that's how like not connected you've been.
Yeah.
Oh, I look forward to seeing you do that journey, sis, and like get because at the end of the day, there's a statement that I don't know if you know the fellow Rawiri Waititi, who's the Maori Party leader. And he says like and this is for Maori, but I'd say the same would be for you in your languages that you don't know. He said like your real you might not know your maunga, you might, but your maunga knows you. You might not know your awa, but your awa knows you. You might not know your reo, but your reo knows you. And I think the same would be for you too. It's like you might not understand or not know Samoan or Tokelauan, but they know you, because they are you. You are part of that culture, and you know what I mean. The blood runs through your veins, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
Go get it. Go get it. Last one. If you had a piece of advice for anybody that wants to, do what you're doing, what would you say?
I'd say like you have like a dream in your heart for a reason. And I'd say like it's not to say like your purpose is to do like affiliate marketing, because the way I look at it, it's like it's really more so like a vehicle to allow you or to facilitate what it is that you actually want in life. Energetically, like your dreams and desires are there for a reason, and I really feel like that's your compass to follow. It's not just like a coincidence that it's there. It's not just like it would be nice and I really want it, but that's not realistic for me. Like I believe like it's in you because you're meant to fulfill that. Sense. I think.
Those gangster. Did you save that one up, or did they just come from within?
I think I've kind of shared on it, something like that before, but I just really, really believe it's like, it doesn't all just come out of thin air. Like it's meant for you. Yeah.
Kia ora. Oh, that's mean. I just want to say time is the most valuable commodity we have as human beings. The one thing we can never get back, we can always get back money. We can always get back things, but time spent is time lost. So thank you for sharing over an hour and a half of your time with me. And, just being very gracious with answering whatever I asked. And, I know I'm about out the gate sometimes, and people might be like, oh, shit, you asked that shit, but I'll just ask what I think, man. There's no premeditated thought or anything with it. Just, Thank you, sis. It's been a pleasure, and I hope you enjoyed yourself.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. It was cool.
Oh, good. Big love. Thank you so much for watching this full episode of Mind the Mic. It takes a lot of time, energy, and effort to create these episodes. So to know that you've watched and listened to the entire thing means the world to myself and all our hosts. If you could, before you leave, please hit the subscribe button and share this episode out to as many people as possible. It would help us so much. Thank you again to everybody that's still here, still watching. Thank you for all your comments, all your shares, all the DMs. Appreciate you all. Make sure you follow us on every platform. Have an awesome morning. Have an awesome night, depending on where you are in the world. Mind the mic out.
Oi, have you hit the link in bio yet?
Watch full episodes on YouTube or listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all streaming platforms.